Alright, in this quick tip video, I'm going to show you how you can use one object's data to control another object. And this is through drivers. Suppose, and this is going to be a kind of a crude example, not a very good example, but it's just used to make the process make sense. Alright, now let's suppose I want to be able to move this monkey head. But no matter where I move this monkey head to, I want this object to basically match this, but only on the Z axis. So basically, if I move this object to here, I want this object to basically move up to here. So it's matching it on the Z axis, but not on the X and Y axis. Let me press Ctrl Z a couple times to move this back down to where I started. Now the way we go about doing this, we'll consider this the control object, because essentially that's what it is. We'll select that, come over here to the Object Properties tab, and since the Z axis is the one we want to sample or to use to drive this object, we're going to come over here to the Z axis, right click, and then choose Copy as New Driver. Alright, and what that essentially done was create a driver, and that driver is looking at this Z position. And then when we come over here to this cube like thing and we right click on it and come over here to the Z axis and we right click and then we choose Paste Driver, essentially what that's doing, the driver is looking at the Z position of this object and then copying that Z position over to this object. So basically, if I grab this object and I can grab it, move it around wherever I want, and the Z axis will be copied over, but that's it. Now, let's suppose I want to have it, like if I want this object right here, the further to the right it goes, the larger this object becomes. So what we need to do, we need to select this monkey head and then right click on the X axis so that whenever it moves over to the right, this object gets larger. Right click, copy as driver, and then select this object and then choose scale, and we'll basically say go down here to the scale and then paste driver, and then once again paste driver, once again paste driver. Now we don't see any object over here because this is in the default, the 0 position on the X axis. So if I was to press 1 to go into front side view, and then I was to grab this monkey head, if I was to move it to the right, that object starts getting bigger, and it also maintains the Z axis position as before. So you can see how useful this could be. Of course, this is kind of an absurd example, but that's basically the gist of how drivers work. And if you can understand this little concept, basically you can set up drivers to work basically for anything. But it's really that simple. Hope that helped. Later, people.